Hello and welcome dear traders and investors. I'm glad to present you the cryptocurrency market review presented by analysts and experts from fx.co portal. Here we go. The situation in the cryptocurrency market has not changed for a month and a half. On the daily time frame, it remains a sluggish, weak upward correction, while on the 4-hour time frame, it is about 80% within the range with minimal upward bias. Currently, there is no clear range and there is no trading movement, making trading even more difficult. We observed a hybrid between a very weak upward trend and a range, after Bitcoin left the sideways channel. We considered the range cancelled, as the deviation above the channel was too significant. However, the latest movements of the digital gold show and prove that the range is still ongoing. Honestly, the latest movements resemble not even a range, but absolute randomness, similar to what we see in the currency market. The price is tossed back and forth, and traders cannot decide what to do next. Following another clear speech from Donald Trump, Bitcoin has dropped by around 2,000 USD. For Bitcoin, such a move is nothing. In the absence of other news and events, almost all experts continue to tie Bitcoin's movement to geopolitics. However, since the onset of the conflict in the Middle East, Bitcoin has shown no significant movements. Patterns have been poorly formed. Yesterday's signal was received within a second consecutive bearish FEG on the daily time frame, but currently we see that the decline has not yet begun. The 4-hour time frame remains in a range, and the deviation from the lower boundary of the sideways channel may send the cryptocurrency upward again. On the daily time frame, Bitcoin continues to form a downward trend. The trend structure is identified as bearish, and the CHOCH line currently at the level of 97,900 USD. Only above this level can it be considered that the downward trend has ended. The current target for the downward trend remains nearly at 57,500 USD, corresponding to the 61% Fibonacci retracement level. Given no signs of a trend reversal to the upside, we believe the decline will continue. On the daily time frame, the nearest area of interest, point of interest, for new sell trades is the range of 79,500 and 81,100 USD. Additionally, about a week ago, another bearish FEG formed, with a preliminary withdrawal of selling liquidity, and the price even reacted to it. However, on the 4-hour time frame, the probability of a sideways trend remains high throughout this period. On the 4-hour time frame, the price has dropped to the lower boundary of the sideways channel, formed a deviation, bounced from it, and may now rise again. The CHOCH line, which provides support for the upward correction, is at 65,500 USD. Breaking this line will mark the end of a month-and-a-half long correction during the latest phase of the decline. Two new bearish FEGs were formed. But If the flat continues, the internal patterns hold no significance. On the daily timeframe, Ethereum continues to form a downtrend. There are three bearish patterns, all of them FVGs, which can be used as a potential areas for future short entries. However, despite a month and a half of correction, Ethereum has not even reached the nearest one. The closest FSG is located in the 2,480 USD, 2,630 zone, and this is the key area of interest for traders. The CHOCH level stands at 33.95, marking the last lower high. As long as the price remains below this level, the downtrend remains intact. On the 4-hour timeframe, price broke out of the range and briefly formed what was looking an upward trend, but it faded very quickly. In a strong downtrend, any upside move should be treated as a correction by default. The past month and a half has clearly shown how difficult it is to trade these corrective moves. Below the trend line, as we see on the green line, lie the key targets for market makers, which is why we remain confident that the broader downtrend will continue. On the 4-hour chart, the only relevant POEs are the last three bearish FVGs. With the most recent one being fulfilled yesterday, the reaction from this area could trigger another leg lower. That's all for today. See you online soon and good luck.